Hey guys, I'm Dave and welcome to the Trull Gallery. Today we're going to make yet one more repair on my Bosch table saw. I've got the Bosch 4100 table saw, and I'm not sure what the expected lifespan is on these things, but I've been running mine hard for over 6 years. Pretty sure this thing doesn't owe me a cent. And while I'm looking forward to getting back to having a cabinet saw, I don't want to make that investment until I move the shop. And then last week, I ran into a small problem. Let's see if we can get this thing sorted out and get back to work.
This gadget locks the arbor in place while you change the blade. The problem is that it's not supposed to flop around like that. If you look closer, you might see that the casting where it connects is snapped off. It still works, but I don't like things moving around my saw blades. To start the repair, I'll remove the blade and the support washers to get a better look at what holds this thing on. I had ordered a new gear housing cover from Bosch for less than $30, and it arrived a few days later. Having the old and new parts on hand helps keep my parts in order. Using the Allen wrench that comes with the saw, I removed the riving knife assembly and set that aside. There's a spring on the locking lever that came off earlier, and I have that with the other parts. While removing the mounting screws, I noticed that 2 of them were stripped. I'm not sure how, because I don't think I've ever removed these before. You can't see the second one here, but I found that later. I have this right-angled short screwdriver that I picked up somewhere, and I used that to remove the 2 good screws. To remove the lower mounting screw on the locking lever, I used an angle adapter in my driver and backed out that fastener. Then I set the lever and screws with the other parts. Here you can see the second strip screw that holds the gear housing cover. I did some head scratching and remembered that I have an extraction gadget. After a lot of fussing and bending, I got the extractor and my driver in place and backed out that stuck screw. A little wiggling, and the gearbox slid right out. The backside was covered in grease, so I set it on a paper towel and removed the 3 screws that secured the bearing sleeve in place. My pullers are too large to get under this bearing, so I used a steel chisel as a wedge to work my way around the bearing, doing my best to ease it off the shaft without damage. I know it's not pretty, but in the end, I got it. With the bearing off, I found a retaining ring that held the gear in place. Once again, my spring pliers were too large. In the end, 2 awls and a bit of patience got the ring off. And, to my surprise, it didn't go flying across the shop like they usually do. With the retaining ring off, I again worked with my steel chisels to wedge the gear off the shaft. Once I got it high enough, I was able to get my small puller in place and pop the gear off the correct way. At least I think this is correct. The shaft and opposite bearing fell free once the gear was removed, and it's time to reassemble everything. While the bearing just fell out of the old part, it's a press fit in the new one. I used my drill press and a pair of blocks to set the bearing and shaft into the cover. Apparently, I misplaced the footage of me realizing there was a tiny keyway on the shaft, and somehow I found it on the floor under the table saw. It was set in place on the shaft. I aligned the key to the slot in the gear, and used a socket to distribute the pressure from my press. I secured the bearing sleeve in place with its 3 screws to help hold things in place. Now I could replace the retaining clip, and again it dropped into place without flying across the shop. Back at the drill press, I set the bearing in place and used another socket to press it in place. I made sure to use a socket that was just large enough to put pressure on the inner ring of the bearing only. I knew I had to replace the 2 strip screws that secured the box cover in place, so I grabbed my metric fastener collection. These are all extra fasteners for mounting TVs in clients' homes. I'm not sure of the exact length, but I did find matching M5 screws that will do the trick. Using that short screwdriver, I attached the box cover in place with 2 of the original screws and the 2 new ones. Once they were snug, I came back with my driver and added a bit more torque. The shoulder screws that hold the locking lever are 2 different lengths, at least on my saw. The longer one was at the bottom and the shorter at the top. The challenge here was figuring out how to correctly set the spring on the top screw. A check of the parts diagram showed the longer leg of the spring towards the front of the saw, and after more fussing I got the screws in with the spring in the correct location to help pop the lever back after use. The challenge was getting the screw in place around the spring, with the back of the spring in place around the arbor cutout, and then setting the front of the spring under the lever. With the assembly complete, I added the blade support washer, the blade, the outer washer, and a nut. I reset the riving knife and took a few minutes to get it aligned properly. Okay, it was like 15 minutes, but it's worth the time to get this right or it'll fight you on every cut. Just in case, I started the saw before exposing the blade. A quick on and off to check for any weird noises. Since everything sounded good, it was time for that first cut.
All in, this repair took just about 2 hours. And that includes recording and dealing with those stripped out screws. The hero of this repair, these little screw extractor dealies. And if I can find them, because I bought mine like 30 years ago, but if I can find you a link, I'll put them below, and they come in really handy when you need them. Love to hear your thoughts on this video. Was there something I could have done easier, smarter, better? Drop in the comments below. I'd love to hear. As usual, I'll add a few links to some of the tools and equipment I used in this build or tried to use. And some of them may have affiliate links, and should you need one of those items and purchase it through that link, it does help keep this channel going. If you enjoyed this video, maybe give us a thumbs up and share it with friends. If you haven't already, maybe it's time to hit that subscribe button, little bell, so you get notified each time I put out a new video. As usual, I have no idea what's coming up, but it'll probably involve the table saw. So until then, have a great day, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.